So I'm here in Magnetic Island National Park. I'm hiking to Florence Bay for sunrise. The conditions aren't looking too good. There's a lot of thick clouds on the horizon where the sun's gonna be rising. But that's alright, I made my way all the way out here. So I'm gonna try and find a composition. Still got about a half hour till sunrise. Let's go take some photography. So I've made it here to Florence Bay for sunrise. It's not looking too bad. There's a lot of low-hanging clouds on the horizon, so I'm not sure if the sun will break through the clouds, but hopefully it does. I put my camera up here and just taking some pictures towards the end of the point there and towards the sun. It's looking nice so far, no filters, just 10-second exposure, f8, ISO 100. And then I'll be bracketing my shots, so I'll take an exposure for the sky, then an exposure for the foreground. Then I'll blend the two together in Photoshop to make a more balanced image, because it is very dark still in the foreground and no lights getting on the scene. So I'm kind of struggling with composition this morning. This is a really nice scene, but there's really nothing I can put in the foreground that I've found. So what I've decided to do is I've decided to do a panorama, just kind of the whole beach here, starting on the beach, going all the way over to the mountains and the open ocean. Still have a few minutes until sunrise. Sunrise is looking all right, actually, not too bad. So I'm going to be bracketing all my pictures for the panorama. That way I can expose for the sky and the foreground, because we're still not getting any sunlight in the foreground. Not too sure how this image is going to come out, but still really nice to get up and out here in the morning and take some pictures. So the tide keeps coming in pretty quick. So in a second here, I'm probably going to have to move back. It's going to sink my tripod, then ruin the balance, so my panorama won't stitch together good. Because when the tide comes in the sand, it'll move the tripod just a bit. But I'll take one more line of panoramic shots and then I'll move back. So I've been trying several different things and not too much luck this morning. It was a really nice sunrise. We didn't get any sunlight on the scene, unfortunately, but that's all right because I didn't really have a good solid composition anyways. So I've just been kind of taking pictures here on the beach, trying to do some self-portraits, tried a few more panoramas from farther up on the beach. So hopefully maybe I got some sort of image. So one of the reasons I didn't do too well this morning, and because I was running around kind of frantically at sunrise to find a composition, is because I didn't scout out this location well enough. I looked at it on Google Maps and on photo pills, and it looked like the sun was going to hit over there, so I figured I would have been able to find some sort of composition here. But the problem was there was really nothing to have in the foreground. And the tide came up so quickly when I'd set up by the beach and try and use the water as a leading line. Before I knew it, I was almost underwater. So I just should have done a little bit more planning, like reading the timetables and actually hiking out here and scouting out a location, so I don't wake up at 5:30 and not have a plan. 'Cause that's the trouble with sunrise, is it's just kind of happens so quickly, and then when you get to a location, you're there in the dark, So you pretty much need to be set up and already know what you want to photograph before you actually photograph it. So I don't think I'll return to this location for sunrise. Though it's a real nice spot, there's just really no compositions that I could find. But I'll keep walking around, do some more scouting for compositions for maybe next time if I decide to return. So in order to get to Florence Bay, there's a four-wheel drive road you could take, but my car won't quite make it because I have a Subaru Forester and the clearance isn't that high, especially when the roads are like this. Like, look at this. These are some big potholes. Only in Australia would they have roads like this. So instead I just did about the 2K hike down the road and to Florence Bay there. And on the road we got sections like this. Like even in a big four-wheel drive, that'd be rough to get by. Oh well, I guess fixing it's not on their priority list. That's for sure. Well, that's all for today's video. I'm gonna keep hiking back to the car, head on home, then probably take a nap for a few hours. I think I came away with a decent image or two, so it wasn't too bad. I just should have been well more prepared and a little more planned out with a composition in mind before I went there for sunrise, but that's all right. Now I know for next time. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.